What is poppin' YouTube? I hope every single one of y'all are having a great day. Hope you're smoking along with me this video. And this is just a quick little update video. Look at this shit on screen. Y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail. Governor Abbott just fucking vetoed the SB3 bill, which is basically the ban. I'll put up all of the stuff that was going to be banned and how it was going to be banned. That shit was some fucking bullshit. Everybody in Texas was going crazy. All the lawmakers were going crazy because this shit produces a lot of jobs, and we produced over $8 billion in just the hemp industry alone. So basically, he vetoed the bill, and he came out with these new rules that are going to be stricter regulations on THCA and other hemp-derived products. But overall, this is a great news for the Texas community and the South community in general, and just the weed community in general, man. Like, more states legalizing this stuff and not banning it is a step towards legalization or decriminalization. So any step towards that direction is always good. But I am going to be reading off of a phone just because this is all brand new information and we all just found out about it. So as y'all saw earlier, the things that were being banned was pretty much any THC derived product. Like, you weren't going to be able to buy it at smoke shops. I don't even think you were going to be able to get it shipped to your house, which is the craziest thing because it's federally legal if you didn't know. But regardless of that, the new guidelines that he is basically saying that there are going to be is obviously age restriction. There's going to be stricter age restrictions. They're going to probably connect it to your card, make you even maybe put in an ID to buy it online or something like that. But age restriction 21 plus, obviously. Packaging and labeling, they're probably going to make it more strict and make it like more modern, I guess you could say. I know a lot of people have a problem with like extravagant packaging because it almost seems like they're marketing it to kids, especially when they put a fucking eighth of weed in like a Sour Patch Kids box or like an M&M bag or Doritos bag or something like that. Like, there's a lot of edibles, a lot of black market carts, like Fortnite carts and all that kind of shit. And that shit's horrible, bro. It definitely is marketing towards kids, so I can understand why they're doing that. Next thing, they're also going to be improving the testing and manufacturing standards. So obviously, they're probably going to have more than just one test done on the cannabis, a more in-depth heavy metal test and toxin test. And yeah, overall, just better product for the consumer, because that's the number one problem with this THCA market and hemp-derived market is the fact that it's fucking free for all, buddy. Like, you can literally put some bullshit in a bag and just sell it. You could put some oregano in a bag and just sell it as THCA, and nobody's really going to check it. Half the people online don't even check the test results. So yeah. So we got two more things to discuss. Number one, they're going to be putting more money into enforcement funding, which I'm sure that's just going to be like local and state police. I'm not really sure about that. He hasn't put out all the information yet, so we're not too sure. But also, lastly but not least, is going to be retail control, like the zoning. So I'm sure since he's trying to make it more like alcohol, he's probably going to not have smoke shops that sell it be allowed within like school range or within range of hospitals or stuff like that. I'm not really sure how alcohol zoning works, but I'm sure it's probably going to be very similar, if not the exact same to that. But overall, to summarize this veto and this bill change, it's basically going to avoid a lot of legal setbacks for Texas in whole, or at least Governor Abbott said so. And it's also going to preserve the hemp industry, which is a great fucking thing because it creates lots of jobs, lots of money for the economy, and great things like that. And as I stated before, he is definitely moving towards just a stricter regulation so that people can have safe product. I believe so, at least, or maybe so that they can make more money. But either way, I think a lot of those things that I mentioned are good for the product. And he's definitely moving towards rehabilitation for the community, I suppose, rather than prohibition, which is very, very, very good to hear because we don't want prohibition, not again. Now, to end this video off, I know I may have got your hopes up a little bit too high, but there will be a special meeting on July 21st. It is going to be called a special session, and that is going to basically officially decide whether it's going to be strictly regulated or whether it's going to be banned. Now, from what we can tell, a lot of people are saying it's going to be strictly regulated. Obviously, this creates a lot of money, and a lot of people have brought this to Governor Abbott's attention, and I'm sure he doesn't want to turn down $8 billion a year for his state. So I think we are in good hopes for July 21st, but just keep your eye out for that, and I will be posting probably another update then. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a rip just to celebrate this. Like I said, this is great fucking news. Regardless whether it happens or not, it's still at least in the talk. So we have some hope for the Texas community and for the weed community in general. Lastly, just keep in mind, since everything is not finalized, take everything that I say in this video with a grain of salt because I'm not a professional. I genuinely just asked ChatGPT to be completely honest with y'all, but I did read some documents outside of ChatGPT just to get myself familiarized, but obviously ChatGPT is going to help me. So if y'all want to do a little bit more research, y'all can go look online. I know there's plenty of documents, plenty of bills that have been released, plenty of like agreements that have been talked about online publicly. So that's something y'all can go look into if you'd like. But overall, man, shout out Texas. We're gonna get this rip nice and secret. We don't want this shit to get age restricted because we gotta let the people know Texas is good. Because like I said, if you didn't know, it was gonna be banned on September 11th, and that shit was gonna be horrible. But let's get this rip and get out of this video. Love every single one of y'all. Shout out to my Texans. Ye fucking haw, baby. We out this bitch. Peace.